So it was Maya that called you away. She's locked in a dusty little room right now. But I couldn't see the circus tent outside the. But I can see a circus tent outside the window, about 300 feet away. Gumshoe, is there a circus in town right now? There's only one, pal. The very big circus. Maya's somewhere within a 300 feet radius of the main tent. What? Okay, hold on a second, pal. Hey, draw a circle on that map about 300 feet radius from the main tent. Hurry. And I can see a mailbox under the window. Gumshoe, there's also a mailbox. Huh, okay, what else? What else, Mia? I'm sorry, but it was a very small window. I couldn't see anything else. It felt like it was an old office building, maybe the 3rd floor or so. I heard it, an old office building. Good stuff, pal. Okay, just hang in there, just a little longer, pal. Wish us luck. Good luck. I'll call you later, so don't let your battery die, okay, pal? Maya's not hurt, right? She's in pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's being starved. Gumshoe, please hurry. Looks like we're out of time. Are you alright, Phoenix? It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this. I just have to make this trial last a little longer. Court will now reconvene. The killer, the man who murdered the victim, handed this to his client. From this, one obvious question arises. Why this particular item? I believe the answer to that question will provide us with the name of the real criminal. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian Andrews, to the stand. Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstructing of justice. However, you've been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly is guilty of murder. I understand. Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before, Miss Andrews? Of course I have. You've seen it before? That's right. It's only natural that the witness has. Miss Andrews, could you please enlighten the court to this bear's secrets? All right. Why? Why does she... I don't even know what the bear is. Actually, the bear is an elaborate puzzle. Oh, okay. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. And at the center is a small cavity, with just enough room to store a small item. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. You really can't tell that it's just a small jewelry box by looking at it. A small jewelry box, huh? Interesting. Okay, so that's what the bear is. That's good to know. So this figurine, it's a container of sorts, is it? Yes. Looks can be deceiving, wouldn't you agree? Yes, this is superb craftsmanship. Oh, yes, I nearly forgot. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Looks like there really was something to the bear after all. I need more information on this bear, though. Elaborate... I'm just gonna press on most of this. A puzzle? I just need as much information about this bear as I can. And I also want to know what was inside the bear, technically. That's right. Huh, but it looks like an ordinary figurine. True enough. The people who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess that this was a puzzle. So what kind of puzzle is this exactly? It can be taken apart one piece at a time, okay. So you can take it apart. And how would you go about doing that? Well, you first turn its tail to the right and then push it in. Oh, yes, I see. After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed. Oh, this is most interesting. A boy and his new toy. It's like he's 5 all over again. Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on. I think he's lost it. So what did you find after you take the puzzle apart? So what do you find after? At its center, small enough cavity, just enough to store a small item. And how do you know about this? I know because I was the one who bought it. Huh? It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland. Then this was a present from you. That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for Juan. So it was a present from Miss Andrews. Witness, let's continue with your testimony. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. Oh wait, whoops. Small item, okay. What about the complexity? What about this? So you know, so who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle? Only the two of us, Juan and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland. And I doubt there are many of us with the same bear in this country. But this looks like it can be easily broken, especially if someone just wanted to get what's inside. Well, it's a toy, but it can never be the same again once it's broken. You really can't tell that it's just a small jewelry box by looking at it. Jewelry box? Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container or a jewelry box? I never told anyone. As long as Juan never told anyone either, then only the two of us knew. The two of you, huh? Then of course that means Mr. Engarde didn't know, right? I think this is about all I'm gonna get for now. Well, it's good to... Okay. Well, I guess that, but... okay, I guess we're just moving on from that then. But it's good to know about the bear now. Okay. Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you have come to realize that there's only one very important fact we have uncovered, and that is this. The bear is actually a jewelry box. Huh. Now that we have agreed to this point, there's only one logical question that can come next, and that is, what is inside this box? Well, what's inside? That's right. That's what we are going to find out next. Witness? Yes? You are the only one who can open this. Please. There's a painful silence hanging over the courtroom. All eyes are on Miss Andrews now as she solves the puzzle and takes the bear apart. I've opened it. Is this what you wanted? What is that? It looks like a note. I don't think we need to guess at what that is, do we, Mr. Wright? It's the suicide note. Oh. Oh shit. The suicide note? The suicide note left by Juan Corrida's former manager, Celeste Impacts. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts, but just as we suspected, it was hidden. Hidden by the victim, Juan Corrida himself. It seems Celeste Impacts had very beautiful handwriting, and she just as beautifully signed her own name on this document. This is most definitely the note she left right before she committed suicide. Order! Witness! Did you know about this? Yes, I did. I heard it all about it from Juan. Wait, so you did know where it was? When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public. But I couldn't find it anywhere. Because it had already been taken by T-Killer. Everything is going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace. So now that the suicide note has been found, what's the next logical question? What is written on the note? That's right. At least, that's what I would think. Now then, I believe it is only appropriate the contents of this note be made known. I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it, and I was going to burn it, for her sake. I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of this note aloud. Very well. Let me put on my dramatic reading voice. The judge's voice rang loud and clear through the dead silent courtroom, as he sang the note in a very high pitch. In her note, Celeste Impacts left us all records of all that had happened to her, about being used and then thrown away by Engarde, about being engaged to Corrida and Engarde's role in destroying that, and about how she decided in her despair to end it all. And that's all Miss Impacts had to say. There's one thing I would like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. Engarde. Then what? Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness? Yes. On the night of the murder, Juan was going to make the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference. My word. Menegarde values above all else is refreshing like a spring breeze image, which is why he had to stop this note from being made public. At any cost. Okay, we have the note now, at least. And this time, he even went so far as to kill someone and stop him from revealing that. How terrible. What a selfish person. I guess there are slimeball lawyers out there who defend these groups too. Edgeworth's like, woohoo, I'm not getting shit on for once by the random crowd people in Phoenix. This feels good. Edgeworth likes this. He definitely likes this. There's no margin for doubt here. Mr. D. Killer's client's goal was to obtain the suicide note. And the only person who needed this note that badly is the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house. It seems that we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone. How am I supposed to escape from this one? Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do. I know, I have to carry on and buy some more time. Okay. There are two deadly pieces of evidence, the figurine and the suicide note. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of this situation through one of those. The gavel is already in the judge's hand. Phoenix, hurry! The suicide note or the figurine? Which one of these should I pursue? What do I genuinely don't know. I can go with either one. Well, we know about the figurine and we know about the suicide note. I just, dazzled. I'm gonna go with the suicide note, maybe. Maybe the bear? No, maybe the bear. Yeah, let's go with the figurine. Maybe I can go along with this train of thought for a second. Please wait, Your Honor. Oh man, look at that lawyer. What a sleazebag. He's going at it again. It's just like he doesn't care that he's trying to get a killer off the hook. The assassin took this with him from the crime scene after murdering Mr. Kurita, at the request of his client, of course. So what's your point, Mr. Wright? I don't think it's possible that Mr. D. Killer's client was Menegarde. In fact, I think there's a contradiction here. You can't tell just by looking at it, but this bear is really a jewelry box, and the chances that Menegarde thought the note was inside this bear are 0 to none. Oh, I didn't think of it that way. Exactly, but I did think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. After all, there's no reason that Mr. Menegarde would ever want a jewelry box like this. Order, order, order. You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? It was just a flash, but I think I did rather well on this one. Unfortunately, I think he believes differently. I believe a show of appreciation is in order. Uh-huh. The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself. I would like to direct the court's attention to this. What is that? It's a very small video camera, Your Honor. The type of camera is commonly used as means of spying. Spying? What the? I thought that spy camera was in my possession. Menegarde and the victim both thought of each other as their biggest rival. They even went so far as to use each type of item to find each other's weaknesses. And the victim, Juan Carita, was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Matt Engarde. Order, order! Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? You. Don't tell me you knew your client's spying activities. Well, sort of. Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright. I see you are confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in the stuffed bear's eye. But this camera that I have is not the same one. Last night I searched the victim's house on a hunch, using this. Gumshoe's Bug Sweeper. By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera. Matt Engarde's fingerprints were on there? Well, Phoenix, it looks like those cameras were well hidden all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say to that evidence? I think this is the end. It's fairly obvious that Mr. Engarde learned of the suicide note through this. He was watching the victim all along. He got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that. Hey, now what's that lawyer thinking? Mommy, is that man the bad guy? Is that man the bad guy killer? Oh, stop, don't look at him. My innocent child eyes. The way he's sweating is just so nasty. Phoenix? Yes, Chief? Have you figured out what you're going to do next yet? And what I'm going to do next? Is running away like a frightened child work? I don't know, you could try it if you wanted to. I know it seems like Mr. Edgeworth is very close to putting the lid on this case, but in his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one very important thing. Well, what is it, Mia? There's a piece of evidence that he really should investigate. Something he should investigate? I would really hate to see a good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into the item when he had the chance. Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden? Alright, I think we finally understand everything. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you? What's this piece of evidence that Mia is talking about? Can I figure out what it is that still needs to be looked at, or should I let it go? I guess I gotta present evidence. I have an objection, Your Honor. Huh. That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright. Objection! Your Honor, the defense has no intentions of letting this go so easily. You're beginning to sound desperate. That's just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. In your eagerness to prove your point, you've forgotten one very important thing. Hey, isn't that what I just said? So you're telling me that I forgot something? You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. But there's something that you really should examine about this piece of evidence. Let me check this real quick. Oh. Is this... Would it be that? Is that what we're... Thinking about this, is that what I want to present? I thought I was checking, there's a check button on this, but is this the piece of evidence we want to look at more? Because I don't need any of that. I don't think we'd look at any of this anymore. This is pretty much all through, so those two pages are through. We don't need to look at this. I don't think we'd look at that. I mean, that would just prove the suicide letter more. So if anything, the note would have to be it. Maybe? I'm thinking about this. Maybe? That is Miss Impact's suicide note, right? Huh, who knows? I mean, sure this suicide note was found inside the bear, but this bear was in my possession until a few moments ago. Which means the handwriting on the suicide note has yet to be analyzed. Oh, so As to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written on Miss Impacts by Miss Impacts or not, has yet to be even remotely confirmed. Mr. Wright, you can't seriously be suggesting. Mr. Wright, are you saying the suicide note is a fake? And Andrews, you were the one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. Angarde. Who's to say you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it into this bearer? How dare you? Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There's no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note whatsoever. But if this is a fake, then the witness was the only person who could have made it. What? Recall the witness's testimony concerning this figurine. The only person that, other than the victim, who could solve this puzzle was the witness herself. Miss Andrews. And also give by $200 again. You wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so that you could use it to frame Man Angarde. I didn't know such thing. Right. If you're going to pronounce the suicide note a fake, then show this court some evidence to support your theory. Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap of paper as evidence. This means the burden of the proof lies with you, the prosecution. Oh, that cut deep. That's enough. Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on the suicide note? It is as the defense has stated. The handwriting has yet to be analyzed. If that's the case, it seems that yet again we have reached the point where the verdict is impossible. That's impossible! This isn't good, Phoenix. The judge is going to carry this trial over one more day. I don't think Maya will be physically able to make it another day. I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. I request that both the prosecution and defense further investigate. Handwriting analysis my butt. That's just a lawyer trying to buy more time. Angarde is guilty. Look, any idiot can tell you that. I think we reached the end of the line. Guilty, guilty, guilty. Guilty, guilty, guilty. Guilty. Get your pitchforks! Where's the torch guy at? What is that sound? It's Gumshoe. Sorry, Court, I gotta. Hello, Gumshoe? What is with him? What's that with that sigh? Where's Maya? What happened to the killer? He got away. What? I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say. Besides, I'm sorry. Was there some way to make it up to you? I really do. Anyway, what's going on? We found his hideout, pal. But the two of them were already gone. This is terrible. I'm gonna keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry. I just need a little more time. But don't tell me we don't have any more. Guilty, guilty, guilty in the background. Yeah, does that sound like we have time, Gumshoe? We don't have time. Do you hear that? They're calling for his head. Mr. Wright, I can't. For us to come to the spar and... Oh! What is it? Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth. I can't do that. Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself? Yes, Your Honor. I'm about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after. Hold on. Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch! He just threw the phone He threw the phone across the courtroom at Edgeworth. Oh, I'd love to see an animation of that, just Phoenix sitting there just throwing the phone at Edgeworth. Oh, that's great. Mr. Edgeworth, please, you've got to buy some more time. Court is in session. Beep. I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying... Mr. Wright, this is a court of law. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but... I am reluctant to do this. However, it appears that I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow. This time I really can't do anything. Court is now adjourned for the day. Please, wait, Your Honor. Edgeworth. Oh, he's pulled through. I was like, oh shit, I was just like, oh, we're done. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time. For what purpose? We can perform the necessary test on this piece of evidence in that time. Huh. But can you really obtain the results in 30 minutes? I believe we can, Your Honor. But wouldn't it be better if we adjourned for today and reconvene tomorrow? 30 minutes. Please, Your Honor. That's all I'm asking for. Please, Your Honor. Very well. At the prosecution's request, this court will now be taking a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today. I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us. The court will now take its final recess of the day. Right? Well, what's going on with Maya's situation? The killer, it looks like he got away again. 30 minutes? We can't find her in that time. Report. Is that Mr. Edgeworth? We don't have time, just spit it out. Right. It looks like we just missed him, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident to get, in his rush to get away. A few things. Can we use any of them as evidence? Ho ho ho! I thought you'd ask, pal. I've got the things he left me right now and I'm on my way over. Really? That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first. We don't have time to wait for those guys anyway, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran. What? Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I've got to put the law on hold for now. Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get into too much trouble over this. With my hunk of a junk car, I'd say I'd be there in about 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me. Alright, just get here in one piece. I'm on a mission and no one can stop me now, sir. No one. I'm pulling all the stops. And running every... just Gumshoe. Every red light. How does Gumshoe afford gas? Like, this is a serious question. Hold all proceedings. How does Gumshoe afford gas? I'm just left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that'll be decisive enough to end this. Whoa. What the? What was that? Hey, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me. No one can stop. Wait, what hold on a second. What happened? It sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well. Oh, shit. What was he thinking? We've got to hurry and call for help. But I have no idea where he is. His cell phone is broken, and he wasn't driving a patrol car either, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get those items before they do, the police will take possession of them. No, we can't let that happen. Well, if there's a way we can find out where he is, then we can stand a chance. Why? Oh, why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Is there any way to find out exactly where he is at this moment? Wait, there is a way, yeah! Wait, there is a way, Franziska! That's right, there is a way. What? How? I'm sure we can find out whether Detective Gumshoe is through this. Where Detective Gumshoe is through this. Do I have it in my evidence? No, I don't. Then... her profile. Why are you bringing up Franziska at a time like this? Oh, I see. I'll try to get in contact with her. The chances are slim, but she's all we have. Franziska. Will she even want to help us? Edgeworth. What is it? I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty, but what I'm doing now, I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent and using evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say, Defense Attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death. Right? It doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears. Whether you did your job well or not. That can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. The verdict? Is Prosecutor Edgeworth here? Yes, Bailiff. There's a phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgent. They're probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you must do. Holy crap. Ooh. Oh, I hope Gumshoe's alright. I mean, I don't exactly want a Gumshoe to die. That would kind of suck, honestly. Just like the lamest way to die, off scene, just completely unrelated, just in a car accident, Gumshoe dies. Oh man, that's crazy, man. Man, just getting right back into things. Okay. Court will now reconvene. I assume both sides are ready. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I can understand the defense acting like this. However, why do you also seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth? That is... It's nothing, Your Honor. What's wrong with Edgeworth? It looks like something unexpected just happened to him. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please tell the court the results of the handwriting analysis on Miss Impact's suicide note. Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we've discovered that the suicide note is a forgery. What? Oh, shit. Shit. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This note was not written by Miss Impax herself. It is a fake. Huh. That's interesting. Order. Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain what is going on? If this was not written by Miss Impax, then who wrote it? We would need more time and more detailed analysis. However, it appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Juan Carita. Mr. Carita? Well. Looks like Miss Impax never left a suicide note after all. She never wrote anything about Engarde. However, Your Honor, even though the suicide note is indeed a fake, Mr. Engarde could not have known that, and so the fact remains unchanged. Acting under the assumption that it was real, he had plotted to possess it. Huh, that does sound very plausible. His theory that Engarde had no idea the suicide note was a fake. Something seems a little wrong with it. Oh, yeah. The defense believes that the theory the prosecution has stated contradicts the testimony. If everything of the prosecution is proven up to this point is true, then it's impossible for Mr. Engarde to not have known it was a fake. Just go with that. Yeah, it's just like, oh, yeah. He was spying on him the entire time. Well, what is this little item called again? It's a video camera, Your Honor. Well, a very small one, but... Oh, that's right, a camera. Ah, you kids and your fancy toys nowadays. Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. Engarde knew the existence of this note, because he was spying on the victim, isn't that right? If that were true, then this means Mr. Engarde would have known that the victim had forged the note. Ah. So then, the defendant knew the suicide note was a fake. And if that's true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way. Exactly, Your Honor. The prosecution's theory as to what Mr. Engarde's motive for murder was, it has suddenly disappeared into thin air. But, Your Honor, it's not as if Mr. Engarde monitored Mr. Carita 24 hours a day. Perhaps the victim wrote that note in a place Mr. Engarde didn't know of. Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us some proof that the victim made the forgery at an unknown place? Order. Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like this time it is you who has dug his own grave. As I figured. Huh? As you figured. As I figured. It came down to this after all. Mr. Edgeworth, you are not making any sense. When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. The question is, what's next? What next? If the prosecution can't prove Mr. Angardi's motive through the evidence, then we must prove it from another angle. Well, I agree with you there. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time. Oh? Well, that's fine. Who are we calling? Who are you calling? However, the witness... This is a little... unusual. Unusual? Edgeworth stuttering? That's not like him at all. Yeah, unusual. What sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth? This witness is the one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the questions of who it was that hired Shelley to kill her to commit murder. It's impossible. Who in the... No person exists who can answer the questions with such certainty. Yeah, who are you calling? Yes, Mr. Edgeworth, who is this witness? It's, yes, go on. Who is it? Out with it. The man himself. Mr. Shelley DeKiller. Oh, Mr. DeKiller. Yeah, that's a nice guy. Oh, wait, Shelley DeKiller? Oh, my. Really? Oh, okay. We're gonna try to get Shelley DeKiller in here. You mean the killer, I mean, the assassin? Yes, Your Honor. He's coming here, to the witness stand. Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission. Well, Mr. Wright? Yes? Is this alright with you? Do I have a choice here? I can't really do much else to drag this trial out. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. I wonder if it really is alright to do this. Very well then, the prosecution calls our witness to the stand. Edgeworth, is there no other way left to us? Oh my. Now then, witness. Your name and your, occupation, please. Very good, sir. My name is Shelley DeKiller. I am a professional assassin. I say, what is going on here, Your Honor? How can you remain so calm? And what is the meaning of this two-way radio? Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. DeKiller will testify to this court. So this must be what the urgent phone call he got earlier was about. Oh no, this will not do. I cannot allow this in my court. First of all, we can't even be sure this is really Mr. DeKiller himself. Witness, please present some proof that you are in fact Shelley DeKiller. I understand. Please wait a second. I'm so hungry. Maya! Maya! A voice! Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this? The defense has no objections to this person. We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelley DeKiller. It looks like we have run into yet another unexpected turn of events. Well, it doesn't seem like we have too many choices under these circumstances, so... Now then, witness. There's one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else. Also, add a little lisp there for a second. And what would that be? At the request of a client, you killed Mr. Juan Carita. Is this correct? It is as you say, I did indeed kill Mr. Carita. Well, now that we have answered that, let's move on to the name of your client. Very well. This is all just a bad dream. Yes, that's it, a bad dream. Shelley DeKiller. What is he going to say? There is something I must first state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. And that is the reason I am here today on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give you the name of my client. Mr. DeKiller seems to be a very clever man. I'd almost say he seems to be mocking us. While he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor, Mr. D. Killer is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief. You mean about this trust between his clients and himself thing? Huh. It seems to be on a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine your the witness? Yes, Your Honor. There's no way to know what's coming next, so stay cool and collected, Phoenix. Okay. This is, interesting. It just was like, okay, I don't know, I wouldn't press on this. To an assassin, there's nothing more important than trust between a client and himself, okay? I'm not pressing on the first statement just because that's a generic statement of introductions. For now, at least. If I need to, I will. The trust between you and your client. I provide my services in a fast and effective manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome. And that is why you're testifying in this manner. This is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the D. Killer name so my clients can trust me. But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust? It has never happened before, but if it ever did... yes? That person wouldn't be my client for very long. It would certainly... That's enough. Please, no more. Very well. It was only hypothetical anyway. And that is the reason I'm here today on the witness stand. Okay. That seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. Yeah, this is what I'm wondering about. Oh, I would think this would be very bad for them. It doesn't matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and acted outside the prescribed role. Their role? This person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves. And this is a trespass that cannot be forgiven. You, who gave you the right to be so high and mighty? To the gentleman who spoke just now, excuse me, but would you care to die? No, I didn't say anything. The judge is better watch himself. Yeah, this is, Yep. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. Wait, what? Oh, okay. We understand, so please tell us the name of your client. I'm afraid that I cannot do that. I still have a few things to say before I do. Aha, that egomaniac. It's nothing, it's not good for your health to be so aggravated. You won't live very long if you let everything bother you. Somehow, that coming from an assassin makes it less than comforting. I don't really care about all this extra fluff, just tell us the name already. Patience, try to calm down a little. It's important to try to understand his mindset. He seems very steadfast and closed, so you're going to have to work to get him to talk. I'm not his therapist, you know. Okay. Well, he brought the... Okay, so I can't press on anything right now. I don't have any evidence to present, from what I know. So he still has a bit more to say. Okay, to assassin... Okay, so right here he said... When I pressed on this, he said that the trust was broken. Which is why he's on the stand. So... Maybe if I press on this, he'll talk about the trust being broken? I don't know. It's weird to have to press on something again. The trust between you and your client, I provide services in an effective manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about my identity. These are roles and duties an assassin and his client are to carry out. I'm sorry, but I was wondering about something you just said. You said that your client had already broken the rules. A person who frames another is the worst kind of human. And that's why you feel you can portray this person? I have no trust relation with a client who can't understand their assigned role. Just my luck, an assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured? Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic? This case just keeps getting better and better. If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think, really. In that case... I believe I am prepared to disclose the information you seek. You have made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe we are ready. Excellent. Oh, so now can I press on that? That's weird. I had to backtrack for once for that. Usually I was right. The reason I'm here to stand now, then I do believe it's time I revealed the name of my client. Okay, yep. Now I can't bring myself to ask the client's name. If you can't ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness. What is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida? That person's name is... Adrian Andrews. Wait, what? 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 Witness. That's not who you told me it was earlier. Pray tell, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should know my own client, and it is Adrian Andrews. What? This can't be. On the phone earlier. What's going on here? My guess is that Mr. D. Killer just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back. Stabbed Edgeworth in the back? I'm sure in order to get an audience with this court. Mr. D. Curler told him a different name. Madangarde, perhaps. I knew it. This is outrageous. I was deceived. The witness is telling a very serious lie. But you were the one who summoned this witness. You, Shelley D. Killer. My testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is Madangarde. Am I correct? All I wish to do is help procure his acquittal. Wow. All of a sudden, it feels like we can actually win this. Yeah. But do we want to win? The prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided the suicide note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there is a possibility the defendant himself knew it was already a fake. But most definitive of all, we have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. D. Killer's client, whom requested the murder, was not the defendant at all. No. With all this evidence, it is obvious to me that this means that Mr. Madangarde is innocent. I seem to have caused you all a bit of a confusion. Please, continue your discussion and call me when you have reached a verdict. Bailiff, please bring Miss Adrian Andrews immediately. What now? With the way this is going, Garde will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya. Yeah, but Edgeworth is right. The killer is lying. And then Garde, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this? I don't know, you might have to. Who would have believed that the prosecution's own witness would absolve the defendant? Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Shelley the killer is certainly lying under oath. Huh. It wasn't me. Listen, everyone, please. The testimony just now. It's all one big lie. Miss Andrews, the suicide note may have been a fake, but that man, Matt, he's the reason Celeste died. And Juan's death, it was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That testimony just now. You have to believe me. It was a horrible, horrible lie. But Mr. D. Killer himself has testified. He has named you as his client. No, that's not true. Also, there's quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife and the button, donning the Nickel Samurai's costume. But that's... You even have a motive. We know that Miss Celeste Impax was a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her, and you wanted revenge against the two that hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reasons to want them both dead. No. Mr. Wright. You know the truth. Tell them. Tell them the real story. Who the real killer is. Tell them. Please. Help me. Yes, I know the truth. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? I believe we have reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense for any final words or opinions. I have to decide. Do I take the not guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence? What am I supposed to do? Oh, God, you're making me choose this? Oh, goodness me. I need a drink of water before I decide this. Oh man, I'm like, I just wanna request a verdict, honestly, but I mean, I know most people just, like, wait for Gumshoe, but I kind of just want, personally, to request the verdict to just, hey, we can save my, you know, sure, Manangardi gets away with it, but, I mean, it's better than my ending up dead, probably. You know what, fine. We'll continue the trial. We're gonna continue the trial for now. Oh, man. Oh, these decisions, man, they're hard. Phoenix, I can't do it, Mia. I can't accept the not guilty. You are a lawyer. I know. But Manangardi is the killer, a murderer. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall. If I let Miss Andrews be convicted, I'm no better than Angarde. And even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the facts. That is because of Edgeworth that I now know the real truth. He could have gotten Angarde convicted so many times over, but he never took a single one of those chances. If I take this verdict right now, I'd be betraying his trust. His trust? I never thought about it until now. I trust him. Oh god. Oh god. Phoenix trusts Edgeworth. Oh. How could you do that? That's, Yes you do. You love him too much, Phoenix. You love Edgeworth too much. Mr. Wright, your opinion, please. The defense requests that we be allowed to further question Mr. D. Killer. Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright? Right. But the witness has cleared your client through his testimony. Your job here is done. I'm not done yet. To see this through the witness's lies and find to see through the witness's lies and find the truth. That is my job, Your Honor. There's still more evidence to look at. And I'm sure that once those pieces arrive here and when in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur. Very well, the trial will continue. Mr. Edgeworth, please re-establish connection with Mr. D. Killer. Right away, Your Honor. Has the verdict been reached? Before that, we would like to talk with you a little more. About? All you needed from me was the name of my client. What else could you need me for? Well, actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. That is, how things are usually done. What is he talking about? Usually done? But what shall we have him testify about now? Mr. D. Killer, if you don't mind, please testify about your client in more detail. You legal people and your procedures. Is it any wonder no one likes to go to court? Alright, let's see what we can get out of him. I guess, yeah, we're just... it's like, we spent so long trying to get Angarde innocent, and now we're trying to, prove him guilty again. It's such a weird feeling. As I've already stated quite a few times, Adrian Andrews is my client. However, one thing I can simply not overlook is tampering with the scene of a crime. My client did it to frame another for the crime, while pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene. Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Corrida was dead. But even more appalling is that the creation and planting of the knife and the button. That act is what I was referring to when I said my client had broken the rules. Huh. This is the most unexpected turn of events for the 5th time now. However, this time everything has finally been revealed. Just a second, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? We still have time to we still have the cross-examination to do. But you don't need to question testimony like this. Do you, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, the defense will question the witness. As if I have a choice here. Huh? Why? What this witness has said is nothing but beneficial to the defense's case. If you scrutinize the testimony, then I'll expose the lies in the oh-so-beneficial testimony, I suppose. I don't understand what's going on anymore. This courtroom's gone insane. That makes two of us. Yeah, it's going pretty crazy, honestly, man. As I've already stated quite a few times, Adrian Andrews is my client. However, overlook is tampering with the evidence. I'm just gonna go through these, I guess. Go through the statements. See if I can get anything out of it. What is it, Mr. Wright? If I press him the wrong way, I might raise suspicions on his end. But I have to do something to waste more time. Witness, about requesting a hint. Yes? How much is your fee? I see you are also quite dark-hearted man, Mr. Attorney. Huh? If you would also like to talk business, we can do so after the trial. No. I'm thinking of... Not thinking of hiring... Mr. Wright! Yes? You want to kill me! You want me dead, don't you? You want me dead? What? Why would you think something like that, Your Honor? Guilty, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You are hereby declared guilty. Witness, let's continue. Why did you disclose the name of your client? They are your client, are they not? Oh, man. Oh, that was great. Alright. I was just gonna keep going through. Then again, he said pushing was kind of risky. If I pushed in the wrong way, at least. Tampering with the crime. We know what the tampering was, okay? I did, that was pretty funny. As a client frame, my client did deframe another for the crime, while pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene. Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that she was dead. No, well, she didn't though, did she? I thought she thought that he was, I thought she said in her thing that she thought he fainted at first. But then again, there's the knife sticking out, but still, because she did pour the glass of wine. Oh yeah, because, never mind, why did I even say that? Why did I even think about that? Yeah, the knife was found afterward. So she thought he was exhausted, so she poured the juice first for him. That's what it was. I'm being dumb. Thank you so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. D. Killer. What is the meaning of that attitude? When Adrian Andrews entered the victim's room, your client had no idea that Juan Carita had been murdered. But how do you know that? From this wine glass, Your Honor. The glass. Mr. D. Killer's client thought Mr. Carita had only fainted, which is why the glass of tomato juice was poured for the victim. Huh. But isn't that just a part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan? That is not possible, Your Honor. This glass bears the fingerprints of that person. Had this been planned, they never would have left their fingerprints behind. I see your point. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? Strangely enough, I had the exact same thought just now. Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon? Isn't it a waste of time to ask about such a minor detail? It's not a very important point anyway, correct? I'm afraid you are mistaken. If Adrian Andrews really is your client, as you claim, then your client should have had the knowledge of Mr. Carita's death. If not, then that can only mean Adrian Andrews was never your client at all. How strange. Yes? Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection at this absurd situation? Phoenix, If the killer figures out what we're up to, we're in real trouble. Yeah, I know. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm surprised. You know you can't say things like that without any evidence. Sorry. That sounded like an awfully weak objection to me. Anyway, I'm positive there was a contradiction in that testimony. The prosecution requests further testimony concerning when the request was taken. Not whether the request was taken. Very well. Right now, I have to buy us some more time. So, yeah, this is weird. I have to be, like, objecting him, but agreeing with Edgeworth at the same time. While we wait for the items the killer left behind to get here, I just know that the very outcome of this trial relies with those items. This request came to me, about a week ago. It was the request for my services on the night of the award ceremony. We met at a certain bar to discuss and finalize a few matters. And that is what occurred. I trust my memory, and I believe I have made no mistakes. So you physically met. That is correct. Meeting one's client is the first step to building trust, in my opinion. I see. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. He's just said well that time. I'm so used to him saying very well. That's weird when he changes it up. Anyway. This request came to me, about a week ago. Okay. Can't really question that. Request for services on the night of the ceremony. We met at a certain bar to discuss and finalize a few matters. Request on the night of the ceremony. Came to me about a week ago. I think I want to person this one, or this one. That's what occurred, made no mistakes, okay. So you met face to face. I guess, I'm just gonna press through these. So you physically met Adrian Andrews, right? Of course I did. What was that? What was with that brief pause? Yeah, okay, that was, maybe if he doesn't know what Adrian Andrews looks like. Well, no, he'd probably know. Witness, I would like for you to give us a few more details. I always meet my clients as part of a matter of principle. I've never taken a request by telephone or mail. And why is that? That's because I value the trust between a client and myself above all else. And the only way to establish that is to speak to the client while looking them in the eye. Huh. Well, Mr. Wright, was that testimony just now of any importance? I don't think so? I don't know if there's anything important. I don't think that specifically was important right there, so no? Doesn't seem like anything important. Why he meets his clients is not important, and that wasn't the point. Witness, please stop sidestepping my questions. What do you mean by that? My question was, did you meet Adrian Andrews in person? I have already told you, Mr. Wright, I did. It was only through talking with him face to face that I began to trust him. Him. Okay, hold on a second. That's when I thought I can trust this person as a client. Huh. It's true what they say about talking face to face. Well, Mr. Wright, was that testimony just now of any importance? Yeah, that was important. If I heard what I think I just heard just now, I think I've got him. Yeah, I think we just got him. Your Honor, I believe the testimony just now was of utter importance. Huh? Really? If that's the case, witness, please include this statement just now in your testimony. Very well. Yeah, so you fucked up there, dude. Him. can I press on this, or do I present her profile and just say, yeah, it's a her? Or do I press on it? Maybe I present it. Maybe I just present that it's a woman. I'd like to go over this one more time. You met Adrian Andrews at the bar and took a request at that time, right? Yes, that is correct. And that's when you thought he was trustworthy. How many times must I repeat myself? Yes, that is correct. Sorry, but that's an impossible tale. What? Shelly the Killer. You have never met the real Adrian Andrews. Why would you say that? Because you made one very big slip-up about her. So what is the issue? What did you just say now? About her? If you had ever met Adrian Andrews in person, one look would have told you that she is a woman. Oh-ho! Oh-ho! And the radio exploded, and, well, this testimony's over now. Order in the court. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? The witness testified to the following. That he always meets face-to-face with his clients when taking their request, but he has never met Adrian Andrews in person. Yes, Your Honor, that is exactly the point. This means Mr. D. Killer's client could not have been Miss Adrian Andrews. He's sweating like... What is that? Ew. That is... What is that? Is that like grease? Oil? Something? Anyway, just making noises. Radio's breaking. Mr. Edgeworth, I understand your logic on this one. However, why would the assassin make such a basic mistake? I believe it has to do with her name, Your Honor. Her name? Yes, Adrian Andrews is, without a doubt, a very androgynous name. Sounds kind of like two men names, Adrian and Andrews. Yes, I see. I'm looking for Mr. the Killer. The entire time he was on the stand, no one had stated Adrian Andrews' gender. And so he simply picked with the wrong gender to go with. What? What is going on? Shelly the Killer. This court demands an explanation. I think somehow I must have mixed up this client with another. So does that mean you remember something different now? Yes, of course. Please, if you would allow me to testify once more. I know he's just going to spit out more lies. Very well, but this time, please give us the truth and nothing but the truth. Oh, what is he going to throw at us now? I hope it's nothing. Too hard. Yes, now I remember, I took that request by mail. There have been times when I took a job without having met my client. The request was for a murder of Juan Carita and 2 or 3 other small things. 2 or 3 other small things? When I saw the name on the letter, at the end of the letter, I thought my client to be a man. 2 or 3 other small things, though. What are those? Huh, so you took this job through a letter. He didn't mention anything about a letter in his earlier testimony, which means he is definitely lying. Be careful, Phoenix. If you break the assassin's testimony completely, it's over for us. I know, I can't make him suspicious, but I think we're okay. Like, we can do this. As long as he's standing there across from me. No matter how strong of a punch I throw, he'll counter it. Now then, let's begin the cross-examination. There's one thing I wanted to press on that I saw there. By mail, okay, yep. Well, I did want to press on that first statement in a second, but this, I think, yeah, 2 or 3 other small things. What were those small things? That's what I'm wondering about. What else? 2 or 3 other small things? Yes. And what were these other things? A few other things that have nothing to do with this case. Huh. What should I do? Should I let him slide with that? It'd be really bad if I push his buttons the wrong way and he gets mad. Oh, I really want to know these, though. He says it's unimportant to the case, but I feel like I should. Let's go with it. We're going for it. Whether or not they're related to this case is for the court to decide. Mr. Attorney. Yes? Everything I've said from the beginning has been nothing but beneficial to your client. Which is why I wonder what is pushing you to continue this cross-examination. Could it be that you are planning to betray your own client? That's... I smell the stench of a backstabber. And should you turn out to be one... Wait. This is looking really bad. I shouldn't press my luck. Alright, I'll have to think. Is this worth pursuing? Is this worth pursuing? Oh god, now it's asking me. This is bad. Oh, this is risky. Go for it. Close my eyes, don't look. Witness, this is a very important matter. Please cooperate and tell us what other jobs the client requested were. If it is truly that important, I suppose I don't have much of a choice. The bear figurine. The bear figurine? After the assassination of the target, I was to find that figurine. I was told that this job was as important as the actual killing. And where was that figurine? It was inside Mr. Kurita's suitcase. And then, what did you do next? I handed it over to my client right away. You gave it to your client. Interesting. Huh. This information certainly sounds important to me. Witness, please include what you just stated in your testimony. As you wish. Bear figurine and gave it to Andrea and Andrews. Okay. Okay, so he's saying he gave the bear figurine to Andrews. Now we need to defend Andrews against this. So she knows about the bear. We know that. She knows how to open the bear. But she didn't know the note was inside it. So she wouldn't... But if she was, as he said, if she was the client, then she would have opened the bear if she would have asked for the bear, she would have had the bear, opened it, saw the note was in there, and then she said she was gonna like burn the note or something like that. Because she would burn Celeste suicide note. Because this was inside the bear. So we wouldn't have this at all. Which is why we have this now. Shelley the Killer. If you had really given the bear to Miss Andrews, then this item should not have been inside it. This item? I see where you're going. Yep, that's where I'm going. Where's everyone going? Do I need to pack a suitcase? Is there Wi-Fi there? I hope there is. Your Honor, please think back to Miss Andrews' testimony. And I was going to burn it. For her sake. Yeah, she was gonna burn it. If even for a single minute, this bear had actually been in Miss Andrews' hands, I'm sure she would have taken the suicide note out and burned it. Order, order, order. So that's where you two are going. So, by the very fact that the suicide note was still inside the bear, tells us that your client didn't know how to disassemble the puzzle. Which means... It means, Your Honor, that it is impossible for Adrian Andrews to be the client. Oh. And they had to go buy another radio. Reconvene in 30 minutes. Order, order, order. I'm sure I mentioned this before. How I hate traitors above all else. I think your cross-examination has clearly demonstrated something to me. You must wish to break your end of our agreement. No, that's not. That's enough. If that is your only intention, there is only one thing for me to do. Wait, please. Gentlemen, ladies, please excuse me. I have a matter that I must attend to. No. Please. Not that. Please wait. Mr. Attorney, bring this trial to a speedy end, and I may stay my hand. Otherwise... What in the... Mr. Wright, are you... Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. I didn't understand this witness outburst just now. Do you think there's a need to hear more testimony, or is this enough? Whoa, we should. Edgeworth, we can't do this. If we keep this up, Maya, she'll... The prosecution, What has come over everyone? Even you are. The prosecution. Rest. What is going on around here? The prosecution has no further questions, Your Honor. What? What? Oh, God. Well, I never thought I'd see the day. This is the most unusual situation. God, how long is Gumshoe taking to get here? Honestly. If the prosecution rests with no further questions, then the prosecution has failed to uphold its stance. If that is the case, then everyone, then even though then everyone point and laugh at Edgeworth. Though I am reluctant, I must believe that Mr. DeKiller's testimony is accurate. That would mean that Shelley DeKiller's client is Adrian Andrews. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. If I end the trial here, right now, then your client, Medengarde, would be declared innocent, and in his place, Adrian Andrews would be charged with murder. Miss Andrews would be charged with murder? Shit. The prosecution has no further questions, so we will now hear the defense's final remarks. Bailiff, please bring the defendant, Medengarde, to the stand. The items from DeKiller's hideout didn't make it in time. Yeah, Gumshoe's taking so long. We tried as hard as we could, but it looks like our time has run out. I can't believe it. The outcome now lies in your hands. Dude, did that old guy finally decide? To be honest, I can't think of you as truly innocent and good person. You've done evil enough to drive a woman to suicide. You have done, yeah, I don't feel good about this, man. This is, but at least the charge of murder, at least on the charge of murder, it appear you are innocent. Huh. So, I guess even the old fuddy-duddy figured me out. Mr. Engarde, you were atrocious as a lawyer, weren't you? Giving your client away like this. Isn't that refreshing like a spring breeze crap? It's just as atrocious, don't you agree? Anyway, get on with it and pronounce me innocent already. Right, Mr. Lawyer? Should I side with justice? Or should I save Maya's life? You'd better get Engarde a guilty sentence, okay? But if I did that, Maya will die. But if I say he's innocent, then Miss Andrews will be charged as the murderer. Do I say he's guilty or not guilty? Either choice I make, someone's life is going to end. It all hinges on what I choose. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter. If the person who hired the assassin was Adrian Andrews, then your client, Mr. Medengarde, is innocent. Huh. There's no need to ask, old man. After all, my lawyer is going to say what I want. Aren't you? Right. I can't do this. But I have to decide something. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. My client, Madame Garde, is... Oh my god. God damn it. This is a hard... These choices are so hard, man. Do I... Honestly, I'm sorry, Maya. I'm sorry, Maya. My client, Madame Garde, is... guilty. We are waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Madame Garde, your client deserves an answer. Maya, I'm sorry. Madame Garde is...
Objection!
Oh god! What is this? It's a cutscene! Franziska von Karma! Holy cow! Things were getting really dark there for a second. Oh. You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off the scruffy fool. Did you bring them? The final pieces? Do you have them? You should know better than to ask that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Von Karma is perfect in every way. The evidence is here in perfect condition. Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine, and his injuries are minor. Well, that's good to know. At least one thing turned out okay. All the items are inside of this. What a filthy old coat. What filthy old coat is this? That's Gumshoes. I can spot his tattered rags anywhere. I apologize for its ugliness, but there was nothing else to wrap the items in. I fought long and hard for this whole trial. All for what is inside that raggedy coat. I'm sure that inside that coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. It'd be pretty fucked up if it was, like, nothing important. Your Honor, inside that filthy coat are the defense's final pieces of evidence. Your final evidence? Alright, let's see what we got. This trial is already over. All that remains is for me to lay down my verdict. I do not believe that any evidence presented now would change the outcome of this trial. What? Your Honor, it is our duty to examine every piece of evidence, down to the last. I request that Miss Von Karma be allowed to present these pieces of evidence. I suppose you are right, Mr. Edgeworth. I grant permission to do so. However, this one obvious rule applies here. If these items do not bring up any new points, then they will not be accepted by this court. Now, Miss Von Karma, if you please. These pieces of evidence are items left by the killer during his escape from the police. Huh, he must have been in quite a rush. Yes, Your Honor. The killer left 3 pieces of evidence. Oh, 3, okay. Somewhere among the evidence we're about to see, there will be something that will turn this whole situation around. Like a miracle. I'm sure of it. That's all we can hope for. The first item is a pistol. Does the killer's pistol have anything to do with this case? I'd say, we need more details on the pistol. Give me more details on the pistol, why not? Does that pistol have any relation to the case? We've yet to perform a ballistics test, so I can't say anything for certain. However, I believe it has something to do with this case, at least to me. Oh! I just realized, yeah, that's the pistol he used to shoot you, isn't it? That's what I believe, yes. Oh. I kept the bullet they removed from my shoulder as a sort of memento. I'm sure it'll be an excellent sample for the test. So that's the pistol that was used to shoot Franziska. It's probably not going to help us very much. But, yeah, still take it as evidence, I guess. The second piece of evidence is this videotape. I bet the killer took that from Mengarden Mansion. Yeah, we might want more on that. Can we just take everything and just, like, have it all as evidence? Have you checked the contents of that tape? Unfortunately, there was no time to. Oh, yeah. But I would speculate that this tape is very important. Why would you say that? Because he came back to his hideout for it. The killer went back for it? That's right, it looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 of the officers on the site. Huh. But somehow, it looked like they managed to protect it from the killer. Shelly the Killer is no ordinary man. The last piece of evidence is his bellboy's uniform. Yeah, I want that too in the evidence. Is that given from the Yeah, I want more details on this too. I want everything. Was that used during the crime? I'm most certain it was. There's even a pair of black leather gloves in one of the pockets. There's no doubt about it. The killer was wearing this on the night of the murder. Yeah. There's one interesting thing I found interesting about this uniform. And what is that? There's a button missing on this uniform. Oh. Okay. A button. It's a very unique button. I'm sure if we were to recover it, it would provide us with an interesting clue. Huh. Okay, so there's a button loss. All we have to do is that's all I have to present, Your Honor. Huh. It's just as I thought. And what is that, Your Honor? I'm sure, were we under normal circumstances, these items from Shelly the Killer's hideout would be very important clues. However, our question is not who did the killing. It is, who is the client? Yes, that is correct. And these 3 items do not tell us anything about that. Thank you for your hard work, Miss One Karma. You may step down now. Wait, Your Honor! Please allow me to examine this new evidence. Overruled. This court already has all the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict. Wonderful. Absolutely splendid. This judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he? Is this the end? Phoenix. I knew it. Oh, there's no such thing as a miracle in this world, is there? I think you're wrong. I think they do exist. But you have to make that miracle happen. You've come this far, you can't give up now. But no matter how you think about it, it's... Try, for my sake. Just think about it for a second. There are 2 ways out of this situation for us. 2? The first. Making Engarde wish from the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict. Huh? The killer will always place his client's wishes first. If Engarde himself wishes to be convicted, then he will let all the hostages go. That may be true, but that's asking me to do the impossible. The second way... Force the killer to end his contract with Engarde. If the killer were to no longer think of Engarde as his client, then he would let Maya go. Mia, that's even more impossible. He's a man who values his duty above all his clients above all else. I know both of these seem like impossible feats at first, but if you can make either one happen, it would truly be a miracle. The bigger problem is, the judge has already said he doesn't need any more evidence. The pieces he has just shown, he's not accepting them. Phoenix, think things through from the other side. Isn't that what has always worked for us? The other side, wait, does she mean... You mean to turn things around? Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then who does it need? Who does need it? The prisoner needs the evidence. The defense, the prosecution, and the judge. We've seen all of the pieces of evidence. And that is how we have come to know the truth. But there are people who have not seen them all. And these people do not know the truth. Oh, that truth. It may be what will bring out the miracle in the end. Huh. There are no objections this time, correct? Now then, I will pronounce my verdict. Why don't we all respectfully sit back and listen, kids? I've already told you, Mr. Wright. This court does not need any more evidence. I'm not saying it is us that needs your evidence, Your Honor. That needs this evidence, Your Honor. Then you want to show us the evidence to that person. Yes, Your Honor. Oh. Please, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, for you to ask with such passion, I will grant you one chance. One chance? Please show your evidence to who you think is the right person. That's impossible. To turn the situation around in one turn, or try. One try. That is all I will permit. I have to try to remember everything that has happened up to this point. Think, Phoenix, think! There must be a way to save Maya while taking Engarde down at the same time. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's not waste any more time. Who would you like to show evidence to? Okay. Now that he said that, now that Phoenix said that, I think I know who I want to present it to. I think I want to present it to Shelly, because if he's at risk of being completely, just out there, and everyone knows his face, this is definitely incriminating towards him. So maybe we can get him to tell us that it was... Alright, you know what? Yeah, let's try that. Let's go for that. That sounds like a good idea. I see. And now? Tell this court one piece of evidence you would like to show this person. Hold on, I didn't check it all. That to be fired at Franziska. I don't know about that. We need the bullet analyzed, and we don't have time for that. We don't know what's on this tape, though. Contents unknown. But nobody remembers the bellboy. But it is the bellboy uniform. It's between the uniform and the videotape, I think. I think I'll go... this is risky. I think I might go with the videotape just because it might be, like, the most decisive piece of evidence I have out of all of them. Yeah. Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? I think there is some merit in showing this evidence to that witness. Maybe. Maybe, just maybe. Bailiff, please bring them in, please bring in the transceiver from Merler. Alright, looks like they got a hold of him. Let's see what we can do, man. Maya, she's okay, right? Didn't I tell you to concern yourself with the bringing about a speedy end to this trial? Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence. Yes, one is all that I need. I have here a videotape. It was found at your hideout. I hear that you injured 3 officers in your attempt to get this back. That was most regrettable. However, it was an order from my client. I was told to protect that videotape. I thought so. I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard. Do you know the contents of the tape? I was sternly told by my client not to watch it. I think I know what's on it. So I have absolutely no idea. Actually, you are on this tape. Me? There is a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Your actions were being recorded. What? Is that true, Mr. Wright? Who was it that planted the camera? Well, the only person who could place the camera at the scene of the crime would be your client, naturally. That was Adrian Andrews. Be quiet and listen, Your Honor. Yes, sir. Your client specified a place and time for you, isn't that right? Yes. That was so they could film you. I had no idea. Mr. Wright. Why would my client do such a thing? I would like to know why. Why did Matt Engarde film the scene? The reason why he did that is might take it out of this whole mess. The only reason your client would have secretly filmed the crime scene is because they wanted to see Juan get his. Exactly. No, they wanted to blackmail you. Definitely. Your client once told me something very interesting. We were talking about you, and this is what they said. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins. Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep him at my bay, and even blackmail him if I want. Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you. What do you have to say, Shelly, to that, Shelly the Killer? Oh! It looks like I was being deceived from the very beginning. Yes, by a natural. That is the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots of how to use the people around him to protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client. I have one question for the witness. Yes? You told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You said that you detest traitors most of all. Yes, that is right. But what if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then? That's obvious. I would break our contract in that case. And then, that client would become my next target. For the honor of the Killer name, even if it takes an eternity, I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact my punishment. Oh shit. Oh man. I see. That's all I wanted to know. So, the traitor becomes the killer's next target. Ah, I get it. This is how we'll turn this case around. Mr. Wright. Yes? My contract with the client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I will now return to you your precious item. What the? I'm not an item. Maya, I thought I'd never see you again. Oh, thank goodness. But god damn it, she's gonna start. She better not come back with a pun. He did that so fast, I thought he just like faced us for a second there. The trial appears to have come to its conclusion. However, I actually am sort of... I don't quite know what just happened there with the client and witness and... Miss Von Karma, where did that... She always has you in her sights. Now, I do believe it's time to finally hand down a verdict. Yeah. Mr. Engarde, it looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You will finally receive the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy. But before that, I would like to make one final statement. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Oh, shit. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you would understand what I mean if you watched this video. Help me. Now then, Your Honor, the verdict, if you please. Is this alright with you, Mr. Wright? We have finally reached the end of the very long battle. Whether he's convicted or acquitted, there's no escape for him now. Go on, Phoenix. Plead whichever way your heart tells you. Right, Chief. Man. It doesn't matter, but it's still a choice. And honestly, you're guilty. Ben Engarde. Even though I am a lawyer, I cannot make your crime disappear. I think a guilty verdict is appropriate here. Me, my wonderful self, guilty. Even if you got an acquittal, the instant you set foot out of the outside of the detention center, your life would be in danger. No matter which way you look at it, you can't run away from your crime anymore. No! Oh god, his face! Guilty, 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 guilty. Oh god, he just... Oh god, he just fucked his face up. That's kind of, alright then. As always, it looks like we have uncovered the real truth. I don't remember you helping out much in this. Mr. Edgeworth, how is Matt Engarde? I have left Miss Von Karma in charge of his... Oh, that's one for him. In charge of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting full-course meal of whipped leather right now. Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it, witness? Yes. I plan to pay my debt to the society for my own crime, Your Honor. This trial was the first time I had stood on the witness stand, and when I did, I really felt hopeless. She must be talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her. I guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did. This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. If you're gonna say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me. Yeah. But, after that, when I was alone at the detention center, that's the first time I really saw myself and who I am. And today, when the two of you used your combined strength to convince Matt, I felt like I had finally been saved. Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen her smile. I'm really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I've felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you so much, everyone. It looks like we have resolved everything at last. As for myself, there are still things I'm confused about. But everyone seems to be in good spirits. And that is good enough for me. That is all. The court is adjourned. Hammer. Oh, man. That was crazy, man. That was a crazy case. That's just a crazy trial, honestly. District Court. Alright. You were great out there, Phoenix. What I did out there was right, wasn't it? This is the first time that you've not gotten your client off. You've got them a guilty verdict this time, but you have to look past all that to what's really important. You now realize that there's something more than just getting a not guilty, right? Yeah, I understand now. Yeah. Hey, your perfect win record is broken now too, haha! Phoenix, think back for a second. Think to the moments before Miss Von Karma arrived with the final pieces of evidence. Think about the incredible decision you had to make. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. Should I side with justice? Or should I save Maya's life? My client, Matt Engarde, is... Is he guilty or is he not guilty? Those were your choices then. And your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you. All sacrifices are necessary. Just push it. It sounded like he just like pushed Mio. He just like, no, this is my turn to talk to him. You don't get to talk to it right now. Right. Edgeworth. I have good news. Dinner tonight, 7. Let's go. Or something like that. Maya's now in safe in police custody. Really? Pearls, you're telling us the truth, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Man, she recovers fast from that. She just like transformed instantly and just like already back. Yes, she's quite safe. She's on her way here as we speak in a patrol car. Mystic Maya's safe. You did it, you really did it, Mr. Nick. Oh, she punches deceptively hard for a kid. I believed in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her. Thanks. Oh, what's wrong? Miss Von Karma. About earlier, thanks. Ow. Why are you still smiling, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You lost. Your perfect win record has now been crushed. And yet, you're still happy. I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Von Karma. How dare you? Don't worry. She may in time. After all, I was like that myself until a year ago. Edgeworth. For my own personal victories. And for guilty verdicts. I used every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remained spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against that selfish me. I fought him in my usual manner, and tasted my first defeat. I felt like I had lost everything because of that. And then it was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened. So I left the prosecutor's office. And I left that note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. Huh. As well as you should have. The prosecutor who has shamed himself with defeat should crawl in a hole and die. But that was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realize something. And it was that moment of clarity that everything began to change. What foolish nonsense. We prosecutors use anything we can to attack the defendant. But every time we did so, no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong with his undying faith. And then, before I knew it, I began to trust in that man as well. What? You trusted your enemy? It doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses. The truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only thing we can do now is fight with the knowledge we hold in everything we have, erasing the paradoxes one by one. It's never easy. We claw and scratch for every inch. But we will always, eventually, reach the one single truth. This is, I promise you. The truth. Yes, that's the reason why prosecutors and defense lawyers exist. But I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, right? That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding, isn't that right? This man who only had his sights set on victory, who ran away into the night. Is Mr. Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick? You really let me down. When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believed in the things that you said to me. All those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. That's why, 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided that Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least, that's what I told myself. You pathetic fool. I don't want to hear the wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser. The Von Karma is perfect to... the Von Karma is someone who is destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy. You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma, and neither am I. It's over. It's all over. Franziska threw something at the ground just now. This is an electromagnetic receiver. Isn't it the thing she uses to track Detective Gumshoe? I'll return this to the precinct later. There's something else. Hey, that's her whip. She can't live without that. She's not Von Karma. She's not Franziska without that, at least. Isn't that Miss Von Karma's whip? I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by this action. You should keep this, right? We'll need this in bed later tonight. Nick. Oh shit. Maya. Mystic Maya. Oh man, look at that. That's nice. Oh, Nick, I knew you would come through. You got Nagarta convicted, just like I knew you would. And on top of that, you even rescued me. Well, of course I did. You know I would never desert you. But we pressed our luck this trial. You're really lucky to be standing here. Whatever, whatever. Weren't you starving, by the way? Whatever. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I would just come back and haunt you like a bad ghost through Pearly. Is it really that easy to do something like that? Thanks a lot, Nick. Don't mention it. Maya. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm relieved you're alright. Hey, looks like you've made some real progress, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, I suppose I'm a little different from who I was a year ago. Huh. Yeah. That's your stomach dying. Alright. I think it's time we get out of this depressing place. Oh, I thought she was gonna say, let's go get some burgers. So where are we going? Food, Nick, food! Grow up, chow, I'm starved. I'm so hungry, even you look nice. Juicy burger. Like a nice juicy burger on a bun to me, Nick. You think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib, at least. Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth, please? If you insist. Alright, so how about we hit up our usual burger joint? Don't be silly, Nick. Huh? This case messed up that awesome evening and got my way. Oh no, gourmet food. So I've decided that we have to make it up by having another feast. Another feast? Come on, Nick. Food! Oh no. And so died Phoenix's wallet. Hey, oh, Gumshoe. Oh, he doesn't have his coat on either, because we have the coat. Oh. Oh. Look at you, Gumshoe. It's good to see you're alright, buddy. Hey, pal. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. Gumshoe, are you alright? Yeah, but I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole. But Are you kidding me? You hit a telephone pole! A telephone pole? Then it wasn't a red light that got him? You did again, city boy. I thought my dear old heart was gonna give out on me. I ain't joking. Yeah, it was more exciting than the very last episode of the Steel Samurai. Thanks. They should record these and put these on TV, man. Now looky here, Mr. Snooty the prosecutor. Don't you reckon you bullied Mr. Wright too hard? If you don't start being a lot nicer to him, he might just kick it. Tonight, even. I'll keep that in mind. Oh, come on now. Everyone's gathered around. Y'all are gonna get your picture taken by a genuine professional photographer. It looks like Lada bought herself a new camera. Really? Where did she get the money for this? Well, pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us now. Come on, tonight's all about eating, so let's chow down, pal. Who's paying for all this, though? Amen to that, pal. Amen. You know, when you think about it, you were the only one you're the only one who saved the day, detective. You're the one who... Huh? Me? You really think so? He's right. If it wasn't for the 3 items you took, I think this trial would have been very different ending. Well, you know, it's ho 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 ho. Huh? Wait, that's odd. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things total, sir. What? 4? Yeah, I'm sure I put one of the items in my coat pocket. There's a 4th item? Oh, come on, y'all, it's all over. Oh boy, I tell you, you really are something else. Between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped, never a dull moment with you, huh? Haha, you think? Why does she look so happy about that? But being shut away for 2 whole days, weren't you scared? Yeah, it was really scary. I felt so hopeless. So, to keep my mind off of things, I drew a picture. Sounds like you had it rough, gal. So where's this picture of yours? Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Mystic Maya's picture. Huh. You know, I don't know where it went. Oh, well, Gumshoe probably has that in his pocket then. Oh, that's too bad. Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyway. Ah. It sure is nice to see them both smiling again. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, beep. Huh? What is it, Edgeworth? This thing is picking up something. That's Miss Von Karma's receiver. Thanks to her, I had the most awful experience of my life, sir. I can't believe she stuck a tracking device on me. That's odd. Even though you're standing right here, The tracking device seems to be in a different location. Oh, it's probably busted or something, sir. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself. I still have some work to do. Huh? But Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't even eaten anything yet. And you've eaten way too much, you glutton. I had fun tonight. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait. What? I just want to say, thanks, Edgeworth. You really saved me out there. Huh. If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, right? I feel like words alone aren't enough here. Give him a giant hug. I wonder if there's anything I can give to express how I feel. Oh, I thought this was gonna be like, never mind, yeah, this just, yeah. What can I give him? Give him a teddy bear. To express how I feel. Huh? Give him your badge? Huh? Maybe? What do I want to give him exactly? I'm actually, I'm drawing a blank here. Do I want to give him the whip? I guess. Maybe I'll give him the whip. Maybe? What's this? Thank you. It's all thanks to you two. You and her. You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job. It looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick. Hey, Mystic Maya. Huh? Yes, Pearly? I guess you two can go back to being lovey-dovey, right? You and Mr. Nick, I mean. Pearly, would you cut it out already? You're embarrassing me. Anyway. So who's paying for this lovely dinner party? As if you need to ask. Everyone say thank you, didn't they? Huh? Hold on a second. Yeah, I'm kinda at the point where I can't even buy instant noodles, pal. So I already put your name on the bill. Huh? Yeah, I got me in a situation like that myself. There's this camera shop in the hotel, see? And I just bought myself this good old beauty here. It'd be better... It better be for 3,000. Oh my god. I was stumbling over words because I saw that price. I was just like, oh god. $3,000. Actually, I reckon you bought it for me since it's on your... Oh! Shit. Isn't this great, Mr. Nick? Yeah, Nick? Why do I suddenly feel like screaming? Oh, you don't need to hold back now, you hear? Yeah, pal. Time to let it all out. Wait, is this gonna be like the first game? This is the first time I get to hear the real you. Come on, it's been a while since I heard you say it. I've been busy being hostage and all. Alright then. If you say so. Oh, man. Oh, it's been a while. Alright, let's get ready. Okay, there we go. Had to mute the mic for a second. They want to be yelling right into the microphone. Oh, man. That was great. I like that. That was a good case at the end there. I like that. I had to hide that letter, but I knew you'd find it. Wait, I feel like I've been living on the edge lately. I mean, I've escaped death 3 times now. Pretty cool, huh? I feel like a pro. I don't know if that's a good thing exactly. Come on now. Anyway. Oh. That was a good case. I liked it. I'm so happy that you could save Mystic Maya, Mr. Nick. And I'm so happy for the two of you. Speaking of, I think this hotel is a popular place for honeymooners. So I sort of made reservations for the two of you. Just in case. Man. Well, Gumshoe, you did pretty good. Well, pal, it looks like I'm back on the force again. Mr. Edgeworth had a long talk with the chief, and even got me reinstated for my sake. Oh, you got your job again. I already said things like, letting go that one goes bad for society. I knew it. Crashing headlong into everything. It's the only way to live, pal. Come back here, Light Post. Man. Oh, that was crazy. That was good, though. Oh, that was a really intense final case. Oh, hey, look, it's you. Yeah, Maggie Bird, am retiring for this uniform today, sir. I'm gonna be a waitress from now on. Oh, waitress. And bring smiles and joy to the people who come by to the restaurant, sir. I hope you'll stop by sometime, Mr. Wright. God, you used to saying sir, you remind me of Meekins. Oh god, please don't show Meekins. Oh, wait, he wasn't in this game. Who? He wasn't in this game. Yes? Are you here to visit a patient? I'm Dr. Hottie. Ho ho. Recently? Yes. That girl, you know, I haven't seen her around. Yes. But I remember. If I even so much as laid an eye on her, it'll go crack. Didn't matter if I got whipped, though. Yes. Ho ho. Yeah. Yeah, get out of here, Hottie. Nobody wants to talk to you anymore. That stupid purple hair. Oh god, you. It's time to begin our quest of world circus domination, sweetie. And to let the world know we are serious, I plan to make a fabulous flight to Zimbabwe. Hey Max, what do you think Zimbabwe is like? Do you think there are castles made of cake and bunnies who can talk? I think if there are any talking bunnies, even they won't laugh at Moa's jokes. Oh god, Moa. Please. Don't show Moa. No. There's some things you should and shouldn't do, and showing Moa during the credits is one of them. No! I'm ready. There's no way these jokes are gonna fall on deaf ears. I'm gonna be more and more contemporary with my humor. Moa Curls. Represent. We've got our new act all worked out. Prepare for the Hallelujah Chorus. Say something, will ya? I'm supposed to start this off. Get on with it. Man. What's this? Drat. It's an ordinary electric razor recharging on the side. I can't believe it. Really? How long did they put? She's still doing it. Oh, but it's Ajipu's idea. That means it must have a deep hidden meaning. He's gonna have to go get her. But why is feeling? They wouldn't forget about me, would they? Ah, it was never like this in the old days. Everyone thought the world of me. They used to. They called me Queen Wendy. Treat me like royalty. Yes, speaking. Very dangerous fire because of the warehouses. Stored scenery. Okay, yes. So they totally forgot about Old Bag. I appreciate everything you and Mr. Edgeworth did for me, from the bottom of my heart. Oh, that's right. I received a letter from Miss Bon Karma. It said that after I get out, I should feel free to consult her about anything at all. I'm really thankful to have met everyone. It has become difficult for me in this country as of late. As such, I will take a short leave of absence. If you would like to request my services, please be sure to visit my homepage. May we both be blessed with longevity. He just blew it up. Is that a business card sticking out? Or was that just a little meter thing? It was something like a little white and square. Whatever. Man. Oh, there's a little more. Okay. International departures, gate 12. What's going on here? Where are you going, Franziska? How did you know I was here? With this. That's... I heard you were planting things on a certain person. Things like tracking devices in his coat, for example. Huh. That's just like you. I only planted it there because he was always wearing it. This filthy drab coat of his. I don't know how it ended up in my luggage. But it's going in the trash, I promise you that. Oh, that's right. Speaking of that man, he told me something very interesting. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. 4 items? It seems he put the last one in his coat pockets. He put it in here. It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over. What are you going to do now? That's none of your business. Are you running away? Shut up. You don't understand a thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be a Manfred von Karma's daughter. Franziska. So many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill. I'm expected to win no matter what, and failure? Such a thing is not an option for me. My father was a genius, there's no doubt about that. But me, I'm no genius. I've always known that. But I had to be one. I had to. You may not be a genius like your father, but you are a prosecutor. You have been and always will be. No, I'm not. Not anymore. I've even thrown my whip away. Speaking of that, Wright gave this to me to hold on to. Right. You knew something like this would happen, didn't you? I'm gonna say this again. We prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. I hope you will think deeply about what you should be striking down with that whip. You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked on ahead without me. Miles Edgeworth, I've always hated you. And then, finally, my chance to take revenge on you arrived. If I could win against that man, if I could make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat, then this girl you left behind would have risen higher than you. That was supposed to be my revenge. I see. Oh, what? They said the song. That song was really good. That really got me into the mood. Man. You know, I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've been until today. I believe you can. Just like how Adrian Andrews did. Adrian Andrews? You were going to use her during the trial, right? But you were dependent on your father by using his tactics, isn't that right? Huh. Today, you chase after me, after I had left you behind all these years. Oh, it's back. The song's back. Back into the mood. And that's why we're standing here now, side by side. But I have no intentions of stopping. If you say you are going to quit and walk down the prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways, Franziska von Karma. That's so cute, but I am Franziska von Karma. Don't think I'm gonna walk in your shadow forever. Our battle begins now. So you better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth. Oh, man. Oh, man. Phoenix Wright. One day, someday, I'm sure we'll meet again in battle. Until then, this last piece of evidence that neither made it to you, that never made it to you, I'll take good care of this fourth piece, so I can give it to you when at last we meet again. Oh. Oh. That's great. Oh man. Maya drew out of the Shelly the Killer card. Man, that was great.